S2 is LMR, or last minute resistance. I know when I get to that. Now there you have her back at your house, and you want to change from the comfort or C3 location to the S location. All right? You want to move her. Well, I've got one better. Instead of moving her, if the living room of your place is a place that you can enjoy yourself with her, why not allow the power of ritual to work to your advantage? Here's how. Firstly, she most likely has had a boyfriend before, right? She's had sex before. Odds are. If she's had a boyfriend, she will have at some point gotten into the pattern of it. It's normal. Sex is normal. So, what is the normal sequence of events for sex? Well, there's candles, there's incense, there's music, all the stereotypical things, right? Let's use this to our advantage. So, when she comes into the place, it's all normal. Lights are on, and candles are off. Incense is off, music is off. And all you have to do is ask her to assist you in changing the environment into the seduction scenario. For instance, you can say, can you light those candles? I'm going to find some incense. So she's lighting the candles. Cool. No biggie, right? And you find the incense and you say to her, here, why don't you pick some music? Pick it from the top shelf. I want something slow. And I'm going to, light this incense. I'm going to go, or you could not even light the incense, just get some wine. All the stereotypical things, that lead to seduction. It's stereotypical seduction, but you're not talking about seduction. You could have been kissing. You're kissing her, and then you stop. And you go, oof, baby, we better slow this down. I'm going to turn on the music. Can you light those candles? And you see what's going on here? She's going to create. She is basically cleaning her own butcher block. How's that for a bad metaphor? She is preparing the seduction scenario with you. And because she's done this before with other guys, stereotypical, if she feels uncomfortable, she's not going to want to do this. Okay? But by doing it, it makes her feel even more comfortable because she's done this before. So now the candles are lit, incense is lit. You say, why don't you go wash up? I'm going to, get the wine. Next thing you know, she's going to the washroom. Door closes. She's inside going, what am I washing? And how do I know what she's washing? Because I know what my soap tastes like. So it's an assume the sell tactic, Next thing you know, she's coming out, and I say, can you, close the blinds? Close the blinds for me. I'm going to go wash up. This wash up thing happens when you have a girlfriend. Why don't you go wash up? And it's also a very polite thing to do, just so you know. So instead of, there you are, trying to arouse her, and using arousal as your only way of defeating last-minute resistance, don't use arousal as the only means. Sure, it is one means that you can do, she's fucking aroused. But it isn't the arousal that is going to get you through last-minute resistance. It is you're taking away, where she feels like she's being left out of things. It's a freeze-out. The same type of takeaway that you keep doing with Kino escalation, I think you understand that part. This is just another Kino escalation tactic that goes off into sex. If you act like sex is normal, it'll be normal. It'll be as normal as biting her here, or kissing her in the club, or pulling her hair. It's just a blowjob. Make it seem normal. As opposed to this is special. And if she says it's special, just go, babe, it's special because we're special to each other. I don't want some strange guy scratching my back. But it isn't the scratching of the back that's special. It's who's scratching the back. It isn't a blowjob that's special. It's who is giving me the blowjob. That's what's special here. It doesn't matter what we do, as long as we feel good about it. It's no one's business what happens, behind our closed door. So that's basically what you're trying to convey. So now the seduction scenario has been set thanks to her helping. It really builds momentum. Okay? Put that into your game plan. The next time you have a girl over to your house. Okay? It works really well. Now let's deal with the 5 pieces of last-minute resistance. Last-minute resistance is hardwired into the into the emotional mechanism of all women. All right? I've come up with 5 ways of solving it. By the way, I started with 1. It was like I had my one way of solving it, There are now 5 ways of solving it. But before I get to these 5 ways, I want to explain exactly what it is. Remember how confused you were at the concept of having an overwhelming desire to approach a woman and then an overwhelming desire to not approach her? There comes this specific point, different for most people. For me, if a hot woman comes into the room, I get nervous. Why? Because I've already conditioned myself to approach any girl who's hot who goes into a room. For a lot of guys, a girl who comes into the room doesn't make you nervous, it just makes you excited. She just goes, fucking hot girl, right? Like, for instance, when the girl was dancing at the front there, I was nervous because I couldn't approach her, right? So I was just aroused. I just went, she is hot. But it isn't until that point where you say, okay, I'm going to approach, that your body then goes, are you seriously going to approach? Adrenaline release, fuck, right? That switch is hardwired into us. The fear of the approach happens right after the desire to approach. That's hardwired. We're not crazy. It's just one circuit triggers and then another one triggers. Women have triggering as well. Last minute resistance will happen with every single woman you're with. Here's what happens. She has an overwhelming desire to be with you. Comfort is built. She's kissing you. She's aroused. It all feels good. Her brain is rewarding her for good behavior of getting close to a guy. If she didn't have it, then she'd stay at home all alone, be very happy being a virgin, and her genes would die out. So evolution, so evolution has designed, into humanity, into the later generations, the desire to be with men. Her brain is being wonderfully rewarded, just like yours is. She's being validated. You're kissing her. It feels good. Just back scratching, nibbling, all this stuff. It feels great. Now, why is it that a woman is enjoying herself being with you and then all of a sudden doesn't want to be with you anymore? She's afraid of something. Well, I interrogated, in particular, a girl named Jackie. You saw a little video clip. The girl who did this. Those things. Are they gone, by the way? Pretty much? And, yeah, no, I was thinking about that because, man, there's nothing like a hickey to really turn women on. Isn't that crazy? It's counterintuitive. You'd think that they'd run away because you're taken. You say, what are you jealous? I interrogated Jackie after, I remember I was in bed with her, and I hit that point where we're making out, and I'm going for the bra, and the bra comes off, and I'm sucking on her breasts, and then I go for the panties, and I'm getting LMR. She's like, no, right? And I just think to myself, here I am again, LMR. This happens every single woman. You'll get this point where they're hesitant. Not with your girlfriend, just all comes off, it's all good. But you get LMR with a new girl every time. She wants to be with you, wants to. So I thought about that for a second, and I thought, wow, this is really fascinating. I'm really, really fascinated by last minute resistance. The fact that it is just as real as is men's approach anxiety. You see, women generally don't have approach anxiety. They can't understand it. Why would it be scary for a man to walk up and talk to us, is what they think. They just don't get it. In the same way, because we don't have approach anxiety we don't have last minute resistance hardwired into us, we don't really understand it. So the best way I can give it to you is the way that after long interrogation with Jackie over several conversations, the next day, or 2 days later actually, I talked to her about it. I said, look, you had last minute resistance, now you don't. What happened? What did you feel? And we talked for about 20 minutes. And then I talked to her, a few weeks later, over the phone for another half hour about it. We discovered what it feels like. Okay, I was trying to find a metaphor that we can all deal with. Okay, here's what last minute resistance feels like. Have you ever had $10,000 on red playing roulette? Can you imagine what that would be like? You have 10 grand on red. Girls don't want to feel this. It doesn't feel like, the trigger is about as abrupt as is approach anxiety, but it doesn't have adrenaline. We get instant fight or flight adrenaline. A woman in last minute resistance doesn't get fight or flight adrenaline. what she does get is real anxious and a fear of, is this going to work? Here's what the worry is, evolutionarily speaking. A woman 40,000 years ago, if she has sex with a man who is lying to her and only fucks her once and then leaves, she may get pregnant. And if she's pregnant, she's going to have to take care of a baby that she cannot feed. Not only will her baby die, but so will she. More importantly, or just as much fear, back 40,000 years ago, if I see a girl that I want and she's got a kid, I can just grab the kid, kill it, and take the fucking woman and give her my baby. Because this is my world. These are my 100 people. And I've got my buddies who will help, kill off anybody else who's going to fuck with me. And that's the world that we lived in. Your ancestors lived this way. Your circuitry is designed for that world. And there are millions of people in jail right now because they responded to their emotions in this way. And now we've got so many more people. We've got new rules that are, locking people up into jail for what nature designed into them. So a woman has a fear, hardwired fear. She's being rewarded for being with you, but then the minute it goes to, oh my God, this can be sex. And for some girls, it's getting to the boobs. For some girls, it's getting to the panties. Some girls are like, hey, as long as the panties stay on, I can have fun, and I don't feel that weird feeling. For some girls, it's, just being, just grabbing her boobs is like, okay, that's getting sexual now. Right? And that's cultural. Some girls, it's going to be at a different point. Just like for you, you may not get nervous about approaching a girl when you see a hot girl come in, you go, oh, that's hot. Not until you decide to go up. For me, when I see a hot girl, I get nervous because I know I'm going in. I've done it enough times to know I respond that way. It's just my rule. So I'll feel it a little sooner. So it's a little, different place, but you understand the reasoning for it, right? If she has sex with you and you don't stick around, she is going to compromise her replication success. Statistically. Her kids may not survive. Really. And no one else is going to take care of her when she has kids. She needs to know that your brain has been hijacked and is pair bonded to her before she'll have sex with you. The first one, these are the 5 ways of getting past it. It's not about manipulation, by the way. Okay, I'm not trying to manipulate. I don't try to manipulate past her LMR so I can fuck her and leave. Okay, I've decided if I'm going to have sex with a girl once, I'm going to do it many times. So I am going to stick around. All I have to do is prove to her I'm going to stick around. Here's the first way of proving to her that you're going to stick around, thereby reducing or eliminating last-minute resistance. So this is the key element. The only thing that a woman needs to feel is that you will stick around after sex. A woman will have a great deal of risk, a feeling of risk and skepticism. What if he's lying? What if he's lying? What if he's not going to stick around? What if he's going to change? What if his personality is going to change? And he was lying the whole time. He's going to fuck me and he's going to change and he's going to just get cold and walk away. Because a lot of guys would do that. Right? Why? Because we are designed to choose one woman, have sex with her, help raise the babies, pair bond, and then also stray, and not pair bond with others because it increases our statistical probabilities of having viable offspring. Right? We take care of this one, stray, go to here, come back. We do that a few times. We're designed that way. All of us. And then, 4 years later, pair bonding turns off because the kids are now old enough to be reared by their peer group. They're 3 years old by then. And we then pair bond to the next girl. Now, in the olden days, what our emotional circuitry is designed for, that means only 2 or 3 families before we died. Because now it's 28,000 days when we die. Back then it was half that. There was only enough time to have 2 or 3 families. And back then, many of these families died because, it was kill or be killed back then. A lot of the death that happened there wasn't just disease, it was murder. Right? Now we have new rules and stuff. It's more archaic, So our emotional circuitry is designed all around this. Her emotional circuitry, her last-minute resistance circuitry, is designed to counter lying men who aren't going to stick around. Now, this doesn't mean that every woman wants a man to stick around. All it means is that she wants the option to be hers, whether she's going to stick around. She wants to feel, emotionally speaking. Her emotional circuitry is designed to want you to feel emotionally attached to her so that you will not leave her after sex. You can't help but be around her. So the first step in proving to her that this is the case, that you will stick around, is really simple. You've heard it before, 7 hours. You stick to the 7 hours game plan. You slow it down, 7 hours. She has some compelling evidence to support that you're willing to stick around. Where you're saying to her, you know what, we better slow this down. You've been doing that several times. She could have turned you off at any one of 8 to 12 different places. That's basically what you were showing. So it leads all the way up to here. She can't say to you, but I don't even know you. You've been hanging out. 7 hours really feels like a long time, by the way. Especially when you have multiple venues. 7 hours could take a week of accumulation. Usually 2 to 3 days. I'm usually having sex with a girl either on date 2 or due to additional, she comes to the day 2 with a friend, so I can't do her then because there was too much discomfort, right, in the time bridge itself because I didn't build enough comfort when I first met her. So I have her on the 3rd day. It usually happens on the 3rd day, the 2nd or 3rd day, sometimes on the 1st. Very rarely on the 4th or the 5th. It actually kind of peters down at that point because, by that time I have other girls that will have filled the slot. Pardon the pun. What happens when the woman says, oh baby, we should stop? You know what you say? I know, we shouldn't be doing this. We should stop. And you keep going. You're allowed. She didn't say stop. She said we should stop. That's how I got Anik, 6-foot-tall model. Beautiful girl. We were in the, she was 19 at the time, and we were in her parents' basement, and she said, baby, we shouldn't do this. My parents are upstairs. They could come down at any minute. Now, most men would handle this logically. I've lost tons of girls at this point. Okay? Learn from me. Learn from my pain. Most guys would go, babe, it's 2 in the morning. Your parents are not coming down into the basement. I don't even think they know we're here. Yeah, but they could. They could come down at any minute. We should stop. Don't fight it logically. All you have to do is say, oh my God, I know. If they were to catch us, I think your dad would kill me. We definitely shouldn't be doing this, especially here. We should stop. And then keep going. Baby, we shouldn't do this. We should stop. You know what else we shouldn't be doing? Stick your tongue out. Just stick it out. Oh my God, I shouldn't be doing this either. You know what else I shouldn't be doing? Certainly shouldn't be. Lick your hand. Put it in her pants. Oh, I shouldn't be fingering you, should I? I'm fingering you, babe. I shouldn't be doing this, should I? You shouldn't be letting me. You are so naughty. We should stop. That is enough, oftentimes, to get past it. This is what we call token resistance, okay? Where her last-minute resistance has been triggered, but you've built enough 7 hours, enough comfort, where last-minute resistance will just be token. Usually, token resistance refers to her social programming, not her feeling. She wants to have sex with you, but it's like a woman will often say, I don't usually do this. What does that mean? I don't usually do this. Me neither, baby. I don't usually do this either. All you have to do is say, I know, but everything we're doing right now is so right. That's all. We should stop. The next one is what we call a freeze-out. Okay? Now, it's called a freeze-out, and you're going to be very familiar with it because you have done 8 to 12 of them. Every time in kino escalation, when you make a move, and then she feels a little uncomfortable, you turn off, become normal again. Right? What you've done is a freeze-out. Either you turn off, become normal, and do normal comfort-building material, or you turn off, be normal, don't be angry, just be normal, and have nothing to say. Be boring. So a freeze out at this point, imagine being in bed with her. She's aroused, okay? And, you know, you've done the we should stop thing, but she says, babe, we shouldn't do this. Okay, let's stop. Okay, we can't do this. All you have to do is say, I understand. And stop. Get up, blow the candle out, turn the light back on, walk over to the computer, check your email. You know? Doesn't she feel pissed? Have you ever had that? Ever been in bed with a girl and she stops? And you try to keep going? What she's saying is, when you know that she wants to stop, is she doesn't want to have sex. She doesn't want to deal with the last-minute resistance issue. But she certainly still is enjoying making out with you. Her brain is rewarding her still for being with a man. She just has the last-minute resistance fears, right? Which is triggered. Every woman has this triggered. Don't take it personally. So the way you deal with this is you simply say, babe, everything's fine. No worries. Get up. Check email. Do something normal. Turn the TV on. Let's just hang out. It's all good. What a great little piece to do. You'll actually be doing it 3 times. Because the first, she has to feel it in bed. Okay? When does it happen? You're going for the boobs. Okay? Or you're going for the bra. And she grabs your hands away. Most guys are like, okay, arouse her some more. Go for the bra. Okay, no. Okay, go for the boobs in the front. No. Go for the... and you become man hands. And she keeps going, no, no. And you're in the car. You could even be doing this in the car, baby. Yes, but, you know, this is so right. No, no. Don't be that guy. But then if she says no, no means no. And she's going to suffer for it. Okay? Not by punching her. Not by getting angry at her. Just by going, I understand. That's the answer when she, you know, for doing these freeze outs. When she says stop, or she says no, you just say, I understand. No worries. Very matter-of-factly, as if she turned off your sex drive. Then you walk over to the TV, turn it on, and you watch Infant Brain Surgery on the Learning Channel. You say, oh, have you seen this episode? Oh my God, babe, this is ridiculous. They're actually going to cut open this little kid's brain. I love this one. Back to normal talk. In other words, here she is lying in bed aroused. She just didn't want to deal with the last-minute resistance. It was, you know, this 10,000 unread. I don't want to deal with that, right? And so you freeze out, and you're being cold again. Not cold to her. You can talk normal. Hey, want to have a game of chess? I used to bring this portable chess board with me. Chess board, and it was a part of my prop bag, and it became a tool that I used for over 30 times for last-minute resistance. Where I'd say, come on, let's play. Look, if you don't want to have sex, I absolutely understand. Let's just hang out. Let's play chess. Your move. Can I check the fridge? I'll walk to the kitchen. 3 minutes gone. So the first freeze out could be like 3 to 5 minutes. Okay? Then you come back. She's spooked by this. She's like, what's wrong? You're like, nothing. It's all good. And of course, you can touch her leg. And you start going back into it. And you say, take your top off. Because the top she wouldn't take off before, you just say, take her top off. The top comes off, finally. You start going for the bra again. Oh, I mean, you make out with her some more. Then you pause. I love doing this. You make out with her, and then you get up, stop. And she's like, what's wrong? You say, just getting the light. Turn the light off. Like the candle. In other words, take the time. Because it builds anticipation. I learned this from a girl. I remember a girl, she was, God damn, she was gorgeous, in Kiev. She got up and went to the washroom, and she was like 5 minutes, and I was like, fuck. You know, and she came back in a nightie. And I was like, oh, my God. And that anticipation worked for me. You know, that's what we want to use to our advantage. Okay, in your game plan. It's a specific game plan. This is not an overlying principle. This is your game plan. A freeze-out game plan. Okay? If the 7 hours doesn't work and you get no LMR, which happens sometimes, some girls, I get no last-minute resistance. Because it's been 7 hours. It's so natural. Your kino escalation is so progressive. And the slope is so, natural. It's not too fast. It's a natural slope as you increase kino the entire way, all the way to having sex. You're making out with her. Next thing you know, you take your dick out, put her hand on it. She starts stroking it. It's all good. And you say, go down on me. And she does. Beautiful. Oh, and everything's fine. Sometimes you get LMR. We should stop. That's how it usually starts. If not, you get your freeze-outs. Freeze-outs, bad news for us is it takes a good 15 minutes to get through it. All right? You're going to do it 3 times. That first time, you then come back, you're making out with her again. Tell her, take off your top. The one thing that she stopped at is the one thing you're going to tell her to get past for you. You're not going to play the game of trying to do it yourself again. You're going to be, like, let's say you can't get the bra off, and she's saying no to that. You say, I understand. You leave for a couple minutes, be normal, come back. Then you start up again, you're kissing her and stuff, and then you back up, you look at her and you say, take your top off. Take your bra off. Because I don't want to play it. I don't want that same problem. If she says no, you say, I understand. And you get up, blow out the candle, turn on the light, and this time, the freeze out is 10 minutes. And you go out and you watch TV. I was trying to get her bra off. Okay? I'm going for the back, and she takes my hands and puts them down. I said, I understand. And I got up, blew out the candle, turned on the light. She said, what's wrong? I said, nothing, I understand. It's all good. Come on, let's watch TV. I've tried being pouty. Babe, put your hand up if you ever tried being pouty at that point. Yeah, be honest, man. You have? Dude, doesn't work. You know? Have you tried anger? Holy shit! Jesus Christ, woman! Fuck! I'm here already. I've done that. Anyone? You done it? Tried it? Doesn't work. Have you tried the make out with her, try to arouse her, and she says no, and so you try to arouse her some more, she says no, and you think arousal's the way in? It's not. Persistence could be the way in, but generally it's 2 hours, and it's not the way in. Alright? The way in is freeze-outs. If she says no, or responds with a no, no means no. I understand. Do not be pouty, do not be angry. Just be. I understand. No worries. Almost like you want to say to her, you're not saying it, but you're conveying it, whether we have sex or not, I'm hijacked. My brain's been hijacked. I'm here anyway. If we don't have sex tonight, that's fine. I'm still going to come over tomorrow and, help cook dinner. I'm still a part of, the family. That's basically what you want to convey. That's how you get rid of LMR. So, I got up, and for a few minutes I went and watched some TV. And she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, babe, if you don't want to, I understand. No problem. See, for her, it's a freeze-out. It's horrible because she was enjoying herself. Her brain was giving her positive, giving her happiness for aligning to a man with high value. And then I took away. Guess what? I could be turned off. You know what? When a girl says no, it could be just me. That's a turn off. I'm not mad. It's just not turned on. You know how to turn a guy off real fast. All you have to do is say no. No means no. I understand. No worries. Maybe we'll do this another time. Maybe not. You just want to be friends. This is not what you're going to say, but it's what you're conveying. If you just want to be friends, that's fine. No matter what. You're cared for by me. But I may be telling you stories about my girlfriend one day. I'm a sexual being. I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm not perverted and horny, necessarily, but I'm a sexual being. You don't want to have sex? Fine. No worries. That conveys it all. Now, of course, it's going to be tough because we will have, hormones already coursing through our vein. And it's a tough thing for us to just act like, no biggie. Inside we're like, fuck. But outside, no biggie. That's cool. The freeze-out will hurt. She will feel uncomfortable. But this is politically correct. It'll feel uncomfortable for her, though. She wants to go back and make out. But make out leads to sex. So we might as well not do that. That's what you want to convey. We pair bond. Our emotional circuitry is designed to pair bond to women. A lot like a chick imprints to its mother. Love isn't being with someone. Love is being away from them and needing to see them again. And it grows stronger and stronger. You don't see them in 3 days. When you do finally see them again, you will actually sperm 3 times more. Our body is designed for this. Because she could have had sex during that time, and much of my sperm is designed for coagulant in order to defeat other sperm that may already be inside her vagina. Now, my sperm would not have been designed this way if it weren't for the fact that women cheat. And this is one of our additional tactics for resolving that potential conflict, evolutionarily speaking. Fascinating, huh? You want to learn more about that? go to read a book called Sperm Wars. Really fascinating science book. Anyway, the idea here is quite simple, and this really is what all these are about. You say to her, babe, there is absolutely no hurry. We don't have to have sex today. You hijack my brain. I'm going to be here no matter what. I can't help it. I don't know why I feel this way. I have no clue. I wasn't given an instruction book on how to be human. All I know is that when you leave a room, I wonder, where are you? I know we just met yesterday, but the weirdest thing is, and that's really what we're heading to. We met yesterday, and yet the weirdest thing is, all day today I couldn't stop thinking about you. What the fuck did you do to my head? And then I'll go off into the travel bag piece. You've hijacked my brain. I'm sticking around. That's really the way of getting past last-minute resistance. What you're saying here is, she's put $10,000 on red. That's the feeling. And is it going to land on red? Is he going to stick around tomorrow? Right? She wants to know he's sticking around tomorrow. So by saying that, and when I say this? I say this an hour and a half in. I don't say it right at the end for last-minute resistance. I'm preparing for last-minute resistance by going, oh my God, baby, I can't stop thinking about you. It's ridiculous. What the hell did you do to my brain? That way, when 7 hours are up and I have her in my bed, by the time I get there, she already has no last-minute resistance because she doesn't have that feeling. She knows it's going to land on red. Whether she wants it to land on red, that's her call. But she knows that for some reason, that inexplicably to the man, his brain has been hijacked. The freeze out, the whole purpose of this is to say, look, I'm not leaving. It's okay. You don't want to have sex? Absolutely fine. I'll be in the other room, but I'm not leaving. I'll even call her out. Babe, what are you doing? Come out, let's watch the movie. And then you can do arousal up in the living room then, again. And once it gets hot and horny, take her by the hand, turn the movie off, put her back into the room, light the candle, put off the light, all this ritualistic manner stuff. That way, that when you do the freeze out, candle out, light on, TV on. You do that 3 times, girl doesn't want to feel that anymore. But you're sticking around. Hijack my brain, let's just hang out then. It has nothing to do with sex anymore. You've hijacked my brain, I'm hanging out with you. We should stop, you're agreeing. Right? 7 hours is proof that you hijacked my brain. Why would I hang out with you for 7 fucking hours with constantly saying, baby, let's slow this down, let's slow this down. Not now, not now. And then you're talking to her and being normal. Who would invest all this talkative time in a girl that you didn't want to actually, that you didn't feel hijacked to? Yes.
On freeze-outs, you avoid all keto with her?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, a word on freeze-outs. She will not be frozen out if she has a friend in the other room that she goes to and starts talking to. I learned that the hard way. So be careful about that for freeze-outs. It's a note of warning. What else do I have to worry about here? I mean, really, the main concept of all of this is you've hijacked my brain, and it's all proof that you have. She wants to know that your brain, that your emotional circuitry has triggered love, has triggered pair bonding. And we can get pair bonded, as you have, to people who you haven't had sex with yet. And women's emotional circuitry has evolved to know this. And they want to feel that you are pair bonded through a series of pieces of evidence that allude to the fact. Right? Like, for instance, when I would jump into the, go from the pool to the whirlpool and back, right? My chasing her, this chasing thing is something we kind of want to do. In other words, you can't have her chase you all the time. You have to allow her to be chased by you a little bit too, because it conveys this. There's a delicate balance between allowing her to chase you all the time and you sometimes doing the chasing. Now the good news is that's built into keno-escalation, because you are making a move and you're taking it away, but then you're the one making the move again. Right? So you get continued kino-escalation. You've hijacked my brain. I will begin the You've Hijacked My Brain campaign about 10 minutes in. In fact, well, yesterday I think I did it about 20 minutes in on that girl. And here's the story. There's many stories for it, but the main concept is You've Hijacked My Brain. It's a new concept. It's about maybe 5 months old. And it's derived. It's within all this. 7 hours proves that your brain has been hijacked. If you're going to hang out with a girl that long and do kino-escalation, but do it slowly and actually say, I'm not ready, to slow it down, demonstrate your willingness to walk away, and not have sex yet, slow down the kino-escalation. I mean, that's pretty damn cool. That is compelling evidence to support that your brain has been hijacked. I'm willing to hang out with you, What else you could do? You can actually buy her a pomegranate. Buy her something. The idea of buying a girl a gift, you're trying to buy her love, buy her something. Well, the reason why it's in cultural, it's a stereotype in culture, is because it's based on something true. 40,000 years ago, a man who gives a woman a gift really cares for her. We're not just talking about, I'm buying your love. But there's beyond that. If you have like my girlfriend, if I buy her a gift, if it could be just food, hey, I got you some food. Her brain is triggered to view that as a legitimate investment. She is getting worth from me. I'm bringing food home to the nest. Right? That's why we do it. But it has to feel to her legitimate, not like we're using it as a form of trickery. Right? It's one way of saying you've hijacked my brain. It's like, I wanted, one of the stories I tell is, I went grocery shopping, and I wanted to buy, stuff for friends in case they come over, and I didn't know what to buy you. I don't know what type of drink you like, and I wanted to stock the fridge in case you came over, and I don't know it, and it bothers me so much because now I don't have anything in the fridge for you, and if you come over, I'll feel really bad. So what do you like? I'm going to go out and get it right now. And I don't know if you're ever going to come over, but I want it there just in case. See? That leads her to think, wow, this guy's brain is being hijacked. I'll give you examples. By the way, all this is designed, backwards engineered from all my examples. All my models. These are not idealisms, okay? Because this is kind of messy. These models aren't like some clear, simple 3-step process, This is all backwards engineered from, wow, life is pretty fucking complex, isn't it? This is it. This is accurate shit, okay? A girl named Holly. She was an exotic dancer, okay? I went back to her place. It was a day 2. And she had friends there, and all I did was I sat on the floor, and we shot the shit. I befriended everybody, right? Then because she was really short, when I said goodbye, my big move was, I made her massage my back, right? I sat there and had her massage my back in front of her friends and stuff. And that was it. That's all I did. That was the kino escalation. Hey, it was a big move. I met her at a fucking strip club, got her number, called her, came over the next night. She invited me over. I actually came over. She had friends in the room. I had her massage my back, and that was it. And we shot the shit, and I had fun for about an hour and a half, and then I said, I better get going. Because I knew I wasn't going to go any further with the friends in there. Okay? So I stood her up on top of the couch, hugged her, right? Give her a big hug, and said, okay, I got to get going. All right, I'll talk to you later. Not trying to make another meeting. Just, all right, I'll talk to you later. Good. It's all comfort building. Man, I could talk on the phone for an hour and a half to build comfort at this point. Just build comfort, 7 hours. So I left. Well, a couple days later, she invites me over. No one else is there, right? And, I showered and shaved, got ready, and assuming that I'm going to get laid. Anyway, so I went over. I sat down. We started kissing, and she said, we're not having sex, And I think, Elamar. I'm working on it. 7 hours? Well, of course I didn't have 7 hours. I was only about 4.5. But I'm mystery. I like to have some LMR. If you go 7 hours, you'll get very little LMR. You go 4 hours, you're going to have LMR. But that's okay for me because, hey, I've got all these tactics, right? I didn't deal with the we should stop, right? What did I deal with? With the freeze up, that's right. I simply said to her, oh my God, I am so glad you said that. You know I just broke up with Katya. I'm not in the headspace to do this right now. I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, we're attracted to each other, but I just want to come and have a place to chill, have tea and talk, and you know what I mean? I'm just not in that headspace. In fact, earlier on today, I was taking a shower, and, I'm doing the thing I regularly do. I like to trim down there and stuff, and, I'm trimming. I'm shaving my balls, and I'm taking care of it all, porn star style. And there came that point where I'm going, what am I doing this for? Because normally, I'm doing it for my girlfriend, and it's a normal thing. It's an everyday occurrence, every couple of days, I take care of it. But I broke up with her, so what the hell am I doing it for? And I thought, because I just got into the habit. It's easier to keep doing it than to stop, let it grow long, and then start, where are the lines? You know what I mean? You gotta start from scratch and get creative. Okay, where am I gonna put the lines? Where am I gonna put the box? Right? Instead, if the lines are still there and it just grows a couple of days, hey, they're already there, man. I could just trim and go. So that I just kept it up. Well, so I'm thinking to myself, why am I trimming myself? And that's too late. I've already shaved myself, right? Well, I know that if I don't shave my face, I don't feel sexy. Like my girlfriend always knew that if I shave my face and have my hair down, then watch out because I'm Randy. So, when I came over here, I decided if I don't shave my face, I'm definitely not going to have sex because I just don't feel, sexy. And so feel this, okay? Feel this. All right, now feel here. So it's all trimmed down here, all nice. But I purposely didn't shave. You've done this yourself, haven't you? Like you haven't shaved your legs, and you did that purposely because you didn't want to have sex. Now here, let's see your legs. Oh, you did shave. See, what were you thinking? Feel this. There you go. Let's just hang out. Within 10 minutes, because I demonstrated my freeze out, my willingness to walk away, and my willingness to, you've hijacked my brain. I'm here anyway. I'm here just to hang. It's not for the sex. Yeah, sex is good. We like sex. That's fine. But I'm here because of you. Within 10 minutes, my dick was in her mouth. She started coming onto me. I started pushing her off me. I was laughing inside going, oh my God, last minute resistance. I fucking love last minute resistance. I totally understand how to do this. And she attacked me, stuck her breasts, and she being an exotic dancer, stuck her breasts and started trying to arouse me and stuff. And I'm going, babe, how do you think this is going to work? Come on. You're just trying to do your exotic dancer shtick on me. Come on. Right? And I'm like, oh, fuck. Right? Next thing you know, sucking my cock. I'm thinking to myself, I'm glad I shaved. Remember, LMR is basically the gate at the top of the Kino escalation staircase. It's the gate. And we got to get through the gate. So it's pretty much the last one, right? Now, when does last-minute resistance turn on for a woman? For some, if you grab her breast, because she thinks, uh-oh, it's going sexual. I'm going to have sex. And she gets scared. Other girls, you can grab her breasts, and she knows that as long as her pants stay on, she's not going to have sex. You can play all she wants. You can make out with a girl. Generally, making out with a girl will not trigger LMR. Some very naive women, it will. You're kissing a girl, and it'll trigger. For women, for different women, it will trigger at different times. You won't know when it's going to trigger until it does, because women are very different. But it's all around the same time. For some, it's here. For some, take the top off. You can play with her breasts as long as the pants stay on. Some, you can take the pants off as long as the panties stay on. Whatever it is, wherever it is, once it hits, you got to be, ready to deal with it. The best way is through anticipation, through like 7 hours, for instance. Here's a story I used yesterday on the girl. I said to her, I have a fetish. She said, really? I do too. You go first. I'm like, and I said, no, I have lots of fetishes, but the fetish I'm talking about is a weird one. You'd never guess. If you and I knew each other 6 months, this is future time projection stuff. If you and I were to know each other 6 months, we're holding hands, we're best friends with the bonus plan, we're going Christmas shopping for everybody, and we're an automatic pilot. We're talking, and we're an automatic pilot, and so automatic pilot draws us into a certain, store of yours that you like. What store would that be? She goes, I don't know. Well, like Victoria's Secret or something? Well, you'd never guess which store autopilot would bring me. We would find ourselves inexplicably being pulled into luggage stores. It's the weirdest thing. I've got this weird luggage fetish. It's like bags and stuff. I don't know why. I love bags. And I have all the luggage that I need. But there's something about the organization of it, or, you know, it means travel or something, that draws me in. And you turn to me and say, babe, well, you know, who are you buying bags for? I'm like, nobody. I don't know why I'm here. We'd have to, like, leave, you know? It's the weirdest thing. Well, I look at you, and there's something about you that makes me, I don't know what it is, but it makes me look at you, and I don't want to creep you out. I don't want to creep me out, you know? I've dated some beautiful women on my time. There's some hot girls in here, so I think, okay, whatever. Look away, and I can't help but look back to you. It's just something about it. That's it. That's the routine. And then I will often say, you've hijacked my brain. The next day on the phone, you could say, you want to hear the weirdest thing? I could not get you out of my head. It is the weirdest thing. It is so fucking annoying. What the hell did you slip me? You are such an ass. You have no right to come into my brain and become a character in my dreams already. What a little shit. I can't believe you do that to me. Because I was thinking about you all day. What's your favorite beverage? You've hijacked my brain. You need to just demonstrate several times, ahead of time. Start 15 minutes in. So that when you get to LMR, she will have compelling evidence to support that, yes, this guy's brain really is hijacked. Let's see. She's in bed going, okay, is he lying? Well, let's see. You know, he thinks of me. He wants to take care of me. He wants to protect me. He is annoyed by it. You know? So it's not like you're trying to game her. You're just saying, I have no clue why this is. I hardly know you. And yet, for some reason, I need to know you're okay. And you know, I don't know what to do about that. Because I don't know what you're up to in the day, and I have no right to know. And yet it's the weirdest feeling of just wanting to make sure you're fine. Are you fine? Good. Now go back to normal conversation. You've hijacked my brain. Isn't that a great concept? And that brings it all together.
It shows your vulnerability too.
Right. It does. It does. It's a vulnerable aspect, you know, that you're revealing to her. And it can trigger itself again. And you don't want it to, you know, but it happens because you didn't do it the first time right. You know, you got to get rid of it. And what'll help keep it from happening a second time is don't be the aloof guy. Be the attentive guy. You know, after you've had sex, get her water. You know, would you like some water? Bring her water. What a subtle, stupid little thing. But it's designed for the brain there, you know? You're giving her something. After sex, you've already had sex. Now you're giving her a gift? You know? How about rubbing her feet? Making her feel good. Cuddling with her. You know, all that stuff. Me personally, I'm like a girl. I love all that crap. So.
Touch the face and around that. Touch the face.
Yeah, like hang out with her after. Don't just have sex and say, okay, I gotta go. Now, one of the things you have to be aware of here is the woman doesn't necessarily want you to stick around. She just wants the option to be hers. Does that make sense? That's all. You're not saying, oh baby, I'm going to be with you all the time. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to watch you close like a hawk. You don't want to be a stalker, okay? You just want her to know that you actually do care and you think about her. And it hurts. Yeah. I've done this with a girl. Make out with her. Okay, this is a true story. I'm making out with a girl, and then I stopped, did a freeze out, turned music on, started dancing to the music and stuff, and she's sitting at the edge of the bed, just watching me. I stopped for 10 minutes. She got so, weirded out that, I wasn't touching her anymore. It wasn't, it was like, okay, fine. Well, here's what happened. She got real pissed, right? Pissed, not angry, but she got up and went to the kitchen. And I stayed in the bed. in my bedroom, listening to the music still. So she got her shoes and carried them, and she said, well, I'm going to get going. And I said, well, thanks for dropping by. It's good to see you again. She came all the way down to see me, and it was only 15 minutes she was at my place. Okay? Because we started escalating pretty much right away, and freeze out, fine. So she took her shoes, and she left. And I thought, all right, I got to do this. I've been through this before. As she's walking up the hill on the cobbly street, so she's kind of walking slowly. I happen to be barefoot too. She has her shoes in her hand. They were high heels, so she's obviously, I can already tell, she's worn those high heels to impress me. She's dolling herself up. She's not wearing them. You can't wear them in the car. So she just decided to walk up without putting them back on and then taking them off of the car. It makes sense. And I thought about that the whole way up. As I'm coming up, I'm following behind her, and I'm just sort of myself. It was nighttime, and there's a lamp behind me, and so my shadow is elongating, and finally, as she's in front of me by like 30 feet, she sees the shadow, and is scared and turns, and that's when I notice she was crying the whole way up. Yeah, I feel sad about that.
Right.
And she, and I just walked up to her, didn't say a word. She just stopped. I just walked up to her, right? Took her shoes, took her hand. And we didn't say a word, and we just walked back down. 5 minutes of walking all the way back, and she just walked all the way back down. And I went into the house, walked past my roommate, Herbal Tea, who was in the living room in the pillow pit, walked to my bedroom, closed the door, pushed her up against the wall, made out, full Monty, no problems. It was just a freeze-out, a willingness to walk away. But you still have to, don't let them cry and walk off. You still got to chase them. Some girls, they like to be chased. She said, baby, what's wrong? I said, look, saying no turns me off. That's a good thing. You want your man to be turned off when a girl says no. That's healthy. Don't think I'll be like understanding. It's beyond understanding. It's a turn-off. It's not me logically understanding. It's me emotionally feeling grossed out. You keep grossing me out. I mean, I'm not used to girls saying no. I'm hot. I've had gorgeous girls in my life. I'm not going to apologize for it. This, you feel uncomfortable. Fine. So do I. The minute you say no, I lose my boner. I'm not mad. It's just if you just want to be friends, no worries. We'll just be friends. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here. And that's a really important thing. Remember, we have to demonstrate our willingness to walk away. That's what we're doing. And we're doing it right at that moment, going, look, I am willing to not have sex with you. But I'm still going to think of you. I'm still going to, you're still going to exist in my dreams. I'm still going to feel like I need to care for you.